Hey y'all, my name is Waldog or Waldoggaroo, and I am the Holy Vampire Dude. My hat is I want to wear my hat. I'm in one of those moods. I'm in a mood, but having it backwards ain't working. I'm just gonna go with that. So hey y'all, hope y'all having a good day. I've spent much of this blessed day uh, doing fun things, enjoying things, and I'm in a mood right now where I'm just like, you ever get hungry, but you're not hungry? I am definitely I am known for being that person, particularly around my family. I'm hungry, not hungry. What do you want to eat? Well, if I was hungry, which I am, but I'm not, I don't know. That's a legitimate answer. What are you hungry for? Well, don't really know, but I do have this big bag of rice sitting in the corner over there at the kitchen. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? Sounds pretty good. Some rice. Just just plain rice. And I might add some more stuff to it. Who knows? Who knows? But a couple things going on with me. It's like I'm reading this book right now, uh, and I'm really taking it to heart. Dale Carnegie. Um, Actually reading two of his books right now. One more recent, and it's like the chapter right now is just basically saying in like bold letters, exclamation mark, like he's saying, don't you ever do this. I'm like, don't do what? And I'm like reading it, I'm like, oh man, I do that all the time. He's like, don't, nobody cares. And this is like from like a just a friend talking about friends and also sales too, how that's associated with it, make building relationships. And I think it's really interesting. Like, what? Like, I know I'm going on a tangent right now, but like the how people naturally trade things, like bartering and selling and buying and stuff like that, like from a very instinctual, um, old ways that's in our genetics. It's like that fascinates me. But in the book, it says, "Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares about what you got going on." And gave like a bunch of examples saying like a person only cares about what they're feeling. And there could be like a billion things going on, but if a person has a toothache, they're thinking about the toothache. They're not thinking about. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't really feel like talking about myself then. Like I'm trying to follow the principles a bit. I'm like, man, this channel, I really just. I mean, I go through periods of talking about how I feel, and I'm going through stuff and using that, but I feel motivated to, uh, like talk to other people. You know what I mean? Like I want to interact and I want to experience interacting, and that's just my mood or my I want to say my local desire, which is like local to myself. I don't know how to explain that. But I'm like, man, I feel like communicating, but I don't feel like communicating about how I feel. I do and I don't, just like being hungry. And yeah, tomorrow I've got this. It's not an interview. Okay, it's like it's a gathering. uh, I love salespeople because salespeople are so funny to me. I'm not saying I'm an expert in salespeople, but I come from a bloodline, if you will, of salespeople. My great grandfather was I suppose, a legendary, leg. I suppose he was very good. He's a very good salesperson, just a person, speaker. My grandfather has told me many stories that I've mostly forgotten. I just remember the feelings, you know. My mother, tremendous saleswoman, uh, tremendous. And speaking of which, I actually tried to reach out to my mother recently. I haven't heard back. Tried to message her over Facebook Messenger, and I updated my Facebook photo. And next thing I know, I have one of my brothers reaching out to me. I messaged him last night and caught up with him a little bit. And it was really nice. I feel blessed. I feel grateful. So it's been a long time, many years, since I've spoken with him. I'm grown up, and of course, needless to say, things have changed. I have changed in a good way. So I forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the meeting. It's gonna be a gathering. Like I find it fun. I'm the kind of person who wants to have fun, right? Like even if it's silly, even if it's like a certain kind of environment. Like to me, I'm talking about selling life insurance, okay? Like you can say what you want, and I feel you can have your whatever, but the point is that as it's all about mentality, and like from reading these books, I can put it very simply, and the way that I should and will, and what is correct, is that you're having an exchange, a mutual exchange between two people. Both people profit. You let them know how this could help them and help their lives and their families and stuff like that. You be honest. You build relationship. You build rapport. Um, Now have fun with it. That's part of me. That's just my style. I like having being funny, but also talking about. I think this is going to be one of those things that I'm definitely want to use. Is that my ability to be honest about my wisdom and to bring out experience. Like for instance, this is one thing that I really want to talk about. I mean, I don't really have to go too much into it, but it's peace of mind. It's having a mentality. Providing a mentality when provided a service, such as life insurance, protection. So, I mean, there's the emotional side of that. The emotional, the I suppose that what I just said to me would just be purely emotional, and then the logical would be like, hey, if this or this or this happens, then this money will be paid to your family and friends. That'd be the logical side of it, the numbers. But so um, as I've said in other videos recently, is that I'm using this to be able to develop. I'm using this opportunity to get into salesmanship and to practice this so that I can develop my gift, and my gift being my spiritual connection with people. Um, and it's interesting, and I'm proud of myself to say the reason I'm doing this is from an emotional standpoint. It's emotional, it's spiritual, and of course it has logic to it. It has a train of thought. But I'm not doing it for the logical side. The logical side would be to say, oh, well, make money, which I need to make money. But no. In fact, I so much am not thinking about that part of the equation because I know it's just not good. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. I'm glad I'm talking about this. Maybe in the past, thinking about the money side of things, greed, um, and how it can become greed-like if taken down certain mental avenues and taken certain things into consideration, and how poor decision making can come from greed. Now, of course, I believe and have experience with such mistakes. That's why I don't want to do that. But it's foolish. I realize in hearing myself talk that it's about responsibility. It's about being in the right mindset, or about being in the right state of mind, should I say? Healthy. If I'm a healthy person, if I'm within my style of how I want to be as a person and as a salesperson, and I'm doing things correctly. Yes, I should pay a certain amount of attention to money, just like any other job. But I realize that unlike other jobs in sales, uh, the money is it's an active thing. You're actively trying to do it. You're trying to make a sale. Is different than showing up to your job and washing dishes. You're gonna get paid, but you're not thinking about that. I mean, you could be, but I never was. So it's almost like the opportunity, given the circumstance of sales, the opportunity to think of money as a motivating force, and just simply that it's on the table, so to speak, to think about, gets me kind of excited because it makes me think of different things I haven't thought about, positive things that are going to help me grow. And in a recent video I watched, Jim Rohn is amazing, one of my all-time favorite speakers. Um, he talked about don't reinvent the system. He said figure out how the game, not the game, but figure out how life works and do it correctly, do it well. Figure out how it's being done and do it right. Always do it right. I really like that. I appreciated the fact that he said that because I've never the way he said it. I've never heard it. Like clearly, we all go about our days and we do things, but no one's gone around saying, "Hey," bringing it to the forefront. It's like in the background, right? It's like bring it to the forefront, saying very simply the parts of life you want to succeed in, learn about it, do it correctly, recreate it. Don't try to reinvent it. As far as like business practices and being successful, which is in stark contrast to another topic I've been researching. It's just in relation to businesses and growing businesses and artificial intelligence, of course. Um, talks about how the use of artificial intelligence in business is all about. It's a different methodology. It's a different way of looking. Instead of talking about quarterly earnings, it's more like day by day, like monitoring and using a computer. Anyway, I found it really interesting. I'm going to do a little bit more research. But entrepreneurship is different. It's not so different than talking about sales or something like that, but it is. But it makes me think of what Jim Rohn said. Do it correctly. Figure out how it's being done, even if it's being done differently in different arenas or different fields or whatever. Figure out how it's being done first. Do it correctly. So, so yeah. Uh, yeah. Gonna make some rice. Relax for a bit. Hopefully not overthink things. But we'll see. Alright, y'all. Appreciate y'all for watching and supporting my channel. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.